എടാ മോനെ ഞാൻ ലൈവാക്കി ഇപ്പോൾ സീൻ പാട്ടിരിക്കട്ടെ. ആ
എഡിനെ യൂട്യൂബ് ലിങ്ക് കിട്ടിയാ? ഏതാ എഡിനെ? ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ അങ്ങനെ.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. How long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. Yeah. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
As I walk through the desert, I'm alone. A mirage of a moment shakes me to the bone. A vision of my lifetime. I was hardly grown. Our universe, my lifeline. Our world, my only home. Take me to the river. Wash me in the water. Show me how it once were. I knew it wasn't over. It's never over. Until it's over. I remember the moment I heard you speak, like a fire in the forest. You lit a spark in me, inspiration of a lifetime. We couldn't be alone. Our universe, my lifeline. Our world, my only home. Take me to the river. Wash me in the water. Show me how it once were.
ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ, നൈസ് നൈസ്. ആടാ.
I turn off the lights, I got off the wires. When I close my eyes, disconnected and tired. I see you, I see you, yeah. And I know you keep asking me, flames and fire. I know you are done with me, it's just fired. It's just fire. I was wrong, but I made it right. You came begging day and night. I don't wanna hit the bottom. Don't go out of your state of mind. I've been counting 1 to 10. I'll be back when you begin. With my music together again. I see you. Yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. I see you. Yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. And I know you keep asking me, flames and fire. I know you are done with me, it's just fired. I see you go down, yeah, I see you go down. I see you go down, yeah, I see you just fired. It's just fire. I know you keep asking me, flames and fire. I know you are done with me, it's just fire.
In love, I believe in honesty. Does that sound like something you'd be into? I believe the truth can be reality. Will you roll with that? 'Cause I want you to. I'm stuck in trying to find a way to make it easier to say that there's just one thing on my mind. And I think it's time for you to realize I want you all to myself. Don't wanna share you with no burned me once or twice. I expect them. I just wanna know what your truth is. Will you be the one to break me out of this? I want you all to myself. Don't wanna share you with nobody else. So give me something to believe. Will you promise me? Will you promise me? So give me something to believe. Will you promise me? Will you promise me? Will you promise me?
ഹലോടാ എടാ വന്നോ തുടങ്ങിയോ? ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ ഷുവർ ഷുവർ ഷുവർ.
Okay. See,
സോ ആരാ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത്?
I'll just give an introduction and I'll hand it over to you. And
Okay, me.
I'll then start the screen share. Okay.
Yeah, okay, hold on, let me just start the live stream too, the other one, live share thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
എടാ
Gautam.
യെസ്
This is live. Yes. Okay. Feeds.
join link अंदे हैं. Where is the link? The live share
Which
link
one,
अंदे है.
Live share. It's your slide, right? That one.
हाँ एड़ा live share link अंदे है.
Just a second.
Hold on.
It's your link, right?
Okay, got it.
Huh?
Open link. Okay, ready? Space तो रखा नहीं है.
15.
റിമോട്ട് സെഷൻ തുടങ്ങിയാടാ നിന്റെ സൈഡിൽ നിന്ന്?
Just a second. Remote.
ജസ്റ്റ് എ സെക്കൻഡ്.
Start remote session is start.
എടാ നീ സ്പീക്കർ ചാനലോട്ട് വേടാ, ഞാൻ മറ്റൊരു ടോപ്പിക്. ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ. നീ അവിടെ നീ സംസാരിക്കണ്ടല്ലോ. ശരി ശരിയാ, ഇതുവഴി വന്നോളല്ലോ, നീ ഒന്ന് സംസാരിച്ചോളല്ലോ. ശരി. ഓക്കെ, ലൈവ് ഷെയർ ഇസ് കണക്റ്റഡ്. ലൈവ് ഷെയർ ഇസ് കണക്റ്റഡ്. ഓക്കെ. ഇല്ല എടാ, ഇതിൻ്റെ അകത്ത് മൈ പ്രൊജക്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് മതിയോ? നമ്മള് കുക്ക് ബുക്ക് ഒന്നാ ഉണ്ടാക്കിയത്, അത് മതിയോ? അവർക്കത് മനസ്സിലാവില്ലോ.
My project start with the empty file repository. Means, can you see my terminal right now, Gautam?
Yes. I think. Wait, hold on.
You can see my terminal, right?
Cool.
Okay, just start.
I can see your terminal, but I don't see any changes here. നീ റീഡ് ആക്കിയാടാ? എടാ ഷെയർഡ് നീ റീഡ് ആക്കിയാടാ?
എടാ ഗൗതം, the stream.
എടാ നീ റീഡ് ഓൺലി ബാക്ക് റീഡ് ഓൺ.
So good afternoon everyone. So the stream has a bit of a problem, so hope you guys had lunch and everything, and you guys might be feeling sleepy and all. So let's jump straight into the session. So hope you had installed VS Code and Git also, so because most of you are beginners, I think, and VS Code is just a code editor, just like Notepad, but you can see all the files in a good way. So hope you have installed the VS Code, and we will be showing the example in the VS Code. So first we'll be sharing the slides and then showing the VS Code, and if you have any doubts, contact the organizers in the Discord group. So I'm reminding you again, just join the Discord group, so that if you have any doubts, you can contact them and they will contact us in case if you have any doubts. So without further ado, I am giving the host to Gautam Krishna, and my name is Nikhil. So I'm giving it to Gautam Krishna, and he's starting the presentation. Yeah, Gautam, you can start.
Okay.
So I'll start sharing my screen. Okay.
I think. Sure. So.
Okay,
Good morning,
start.
good afternoon, guys. So I'm Gautam. Okay, sure. Okay, so good afternoon, guys. I'm welcome to Hacktoberfest 2020, and presented by Digital and organized by FOSSCell NITC and CSC. So okay, presently, I hope most of you guys understand Git. I think. I hope most of you guys understand Git, because if not, it's fine. We will be going through Git afterwards, and today's session is a workshop on the introduction of Git. Okay, today's workshop session is on the introduction of Git, I guess. Am I audible actually? I mean, you can put it in Discord group. Is it?
Now you're audible.
Okay. You know what? I'll switch to voice only, and so that I can get more this thing done. So okay, I'm switching to voice only so that you can understand better. So okay, so let us come back to this thing. Okay. Great. Okay. So let us. For the first thing. Okay. So this is a Git workshop conducted by Hacktoberfest NITC. Hacktoberfest NITC by FOSSCell and CSCA. And so okay, I don't think most of you guys understand what Git is. what is Git? What yeah, okay. What is Git? Git is a version system.
I think your sound is breaking.
Am I not clear? Holy. Okay. Hold on. I'll make sure. I'll make sure. Okay. What about now? I hope I'm clear now.
Now it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's fine now. Okay. Cool. So, okay. Let's start with what is Git? What do you understand by Git? Git is a version control system, or a VCS. What is next obvious question is, what is a version control system? It is a software that manages various versions of data. So what do you mean by that? What do you exactly mean by managing various versions of data? So okay, let me just do this for example. Okay, you know what? Okay, cool. Okay, what do you mean by a version control system? Essentially, it is a software that manages various versions of data. What kind of data? Any kind of data where the subsequent versions of data are modifications of its previous versions. So you might, it might be still vague as of now. So here is an example. Is there a real world example of my documents folder? So before, like last year, what I did was that I created a resume file I created a resume file with my things in it. Then when I actually gained more skills, I actually created multiple copies of the same thing, so that I can go back to track what I did before and all, and also have the newest versions also. So the thing is, all of these different versions of PDF are modifications of the original resume file I had created the first time. So how can we manage it better? So how do we manage it better? To manage it better, we can track the changes in each subsequent modifications you make in a document, or you can say more broadly data. So if you track the changes in the data and you apply the changes onto each version of the file, you will get the next version of the file. So instead of having like resume 1, resume 2, resume 3 and things, you can just have a single resume file with another software tracking the changes between the multiple resume files that we have right now. The software which tracks these modifications or changes of the files and stores them as versions is called a version control system. So let's see what the advantages of a version control system are. So when you came over here, you saw that, you noticed that the resume 1, resume 2 was not needed, and there was only a single name for all this. And there was another apparently invisible software which will track all these changes between different versions of this single resume.pdf file. So what it removes is that it removes the duplication of the PDF files, because the changes between the files are tracked by the software. So and after that, there's no need to rename the files unnecessarily. You can stick with the standard naming scheme for each of them, because the changes are tracked by the software. You don't have to worry about the versions, and it will be easier to manage different versions. And for most VCS tools, the possibility to go back and start over. I mean, if you want to go back to another version of this, let's say you want to go to the resume 2 version and you want to create another version, another part of resume from that version onwards, you can also do that using Git. And there is a lot of storage savings because of the lack of duplication of data, because only the changes between the adjacent files are tracked, and you can go forwards and backwards in time for that, so that you can track what is happening. So examples of version control systems are Git, of course, and there is Mercurial, Apache Subversion, which is also used in industries. Bazaar is there, Visual Studio Team Services, and many more. Okay. Okay, great. So enough with the theories and technicalities. Let's talk about Git. Okay, let's talk about Git. Git was created by Linus Torvalds, and you might also know him as creator of Linux. In fact, Git was actually created in 2005 to manage the Linux source code. So it is being used in the industry right now, used by the biggest open source project there is. So Git. So Git is a decentralized version control system. It doesn't need a server to hold all these changes in files. It is very efficient in storing. Okay, I'll start from the previous one. Git. It is a decentralized version control system. It doesn't need a server to be used. It is very efficient in storing multiple versions of files without much problems. It has a branch architecture which lets multiple versions of files, which lets multiple people work on the same source code as long as there isn't any conflicts in the modification. So if someone changes the same line on the same code at the same time, then there is a conflict. Unless that happens, you can safely get all those code together and safely aggregate it together. So it uses a three-stage commit stage push design for committing files to the version control system. We will get to this right now. Okay, how does the Git three-stage commit work? So the three-stage commit design work is there are three parts for it. So first is the modified part. So let's say you made a file, let's say readme.txt. So you made a readme.txt file. When you just create a readme.txt file onto a Git repository, it won't be tracked by the Git. It won't be tracked by the repository, and no changes will be tracked. After that, when you add it to the staging area, which we will get into later, when you add it to staging area, we are explicitly telling Git to select this file and track its history as we go on. All the changes for the files in local repository are tracked in the staging area. So it's like getting ready for taking a photograph. Okay. Then after that, we are going to the commit part. Committing. Here the files are committed properly, and Git has tracked the creation, modification, and the deletion of that file. Files are committed properly, and Git has tracked the creation, modification, and deletion of it. It's essentially taking the photo. Committing is actually like taking a photo. Okay. Next after this, okay, how does Git work in open source projects? So in open source projects, there is a server which is hosted by GitHub, GitLab, or Bitbucket, or any other service that we have. There is which is called the origin source. Here, from there, when you first start from something, you clone online Git management service and download it to your client, which is your computer, essentially your computer. And whenever you make some changes, you want to synchronize it between the server and your computer. When you want to synchronize when you want to apply your changes from your computer to the server, you push everything, push your changes, essentially sending your snapshots of the files to the cloud, to the web service, and when you pull something, it will take all the file changes from the remote repository and pull it back to your client. So how does Git work in open source projects? So you have a file which has these versions, version 1, 2, 3 on a database, which is kept inside Git, which is kept inside the remote repository. So when you push something, the file we know that the file actually holds this version repository on your own local repository file. So when you actually when you actually sync the changes using push, this version database will be sent to the central server. So both of the files will have the same snapshots, which are these versions, commonly known, so that both of the computers, computer A and B, can have the same versions and will have the same file, as long as the computer A and computer B is synced between the server. So, so what happens is that when how Git works is, so in like there will be a server computer which will have a version database. The copy of the version
Gautam, are you there? Disconnected. So there's I think there's a technical issue. Just a second, hold just a second.
So Git
back.
Okay. Git log. Let's start.
Gautam.
Okay.
Gautam, you have been disconnected, right? You've been lost connection for some time.
Hold on.
Can you go back some slides? That server representation you were talking about.
Server representation.
That 3
images. Okay. How Git works? Am I clear now?
Before this.
Am I clear now?
Before this.
Even before this. Okay. Open source projects. This one.
I think so. This is where you went. No. After this, there was a 3 image one, right? There was a server and 2 clients.
This one.
Yeah. This one. Yeah.
This one. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Okay, I'll start from how Git works in open source projects. This is an example of the central VCS. This is the version of a centralized repository. Where what we learned for Git was that it was a decentralized repository. This is an example of a centralized repository. This is a local repository where the history of the files are held by the local computer itself. When you go for a centralized version control system, a common server connected to both computer A and computer B will track both all the changes for that version. So for a centralized repository, how Git works is a common server computer will keep the version database, but each copy of the version database will be copied onto A and B, pointing to the same file in both of the computers. So whenever a file is changed in computer A, the changes are snapshotted and the snapshots are sent back to server, wherein computer B can pull it back to its own version database, wherein when applied when you apply it, the modifications done by computer A will come to computer B via the server computer. Okay, so these are the few Git commands in a nutshell. We will go through it. We'll go through all of this later. So I'll just make you understand what all these things are. So logging is when you do a commit, essentially taking a snapshot. When you put a commit, which is essentially taking a snapshot, it will log it onto a register inside Git. So when you type git space log, it will show you the logs of all. Don't do any of these commands now. Just listen to it right now. Okay. Okay. Log does the logs it keeps the logs for all the commits done by the user. Status shows all the files added for staging or for tracking changes. It's getting ready for taking a snapshot. Status. So you understand what all files are there to prepare yourself to take the snapshot. Committing is to essentially take a snapshot using Git for all your files. So it tracks all the changes of your files from the previous file that you have created before. So then there is pushing, which is sending your changes, essentially the snapshots or the versions, to the remote service or server. Pulling is getting the changes from the remote service or server to your local system. Cloning is the complete download of the repository onto your system. Branching is showing all branches of the repository back to you. We will go through this soon. We will also do a practical approach. We'll do a practical part also for this. So anyway, this is a joke I think I found out somewhere. In case of fire, what should a software engineer do? Git commit, git push, get out. So anyway, I think I can switch to the VS Code version of it. Okay, I'll switch to VS Code for this. Okay, so I think for now I don't think I can. Okay, yeah, sure. Hold on, while we are having a bit of a technical problem as of now. Okay. Okay, I guess I'll just miss it. Okay, sure. I hope I'm audible. Okay, cool. Okay, so presently we are in a live share. Okay, I'll try what.
Should I start there?
Yeah, there is a problem with the terminal, I think.
Okay.
You can't connect to the terminal.
I'll try.
Can you request read access to me? Read write access.
I published the
Because your bash isn't
access
read
to
on
the
that.
whole. So you are not connected, I think.
Okay, I'll reconnect then. Okay, sure.
My VS Code just crashed.
Join. Okay, cool.
My VS Code just crashed. Just a second. Okay, now it's live.
Please wait while we are having a small problem. So please wait while we rectify that.
I'll paste the link in the Jitsi chat. Okay.
Sure.
There's a new link.
Okay, got it.
So guys, we are opening the VS Code. So
yeah.
I think you guys can make a folder.
We are
right
doing
now.
the live collab thing as of now.
So I'll just show you. If you don't know how to open VS Code, I'll just show you.
We'll show.
While Gautam is connecting, I'll show you how to connect. Okay. So I'll share my entire screen for now.
Yeah, sure.
So I think I have shared my whole screen. So you can open VS Code. First of all, make a folder in your home directory or anywhere. So for example, we are starting a project right now. So you can make a project. There's a lot of folders right here. So for this project,
In Windows, you can create a folder on your desktop, so
yes,
it's
so
fine.
you know how to create a folder, right? So right here there will be a new folder option and create a new folder. So right now I created my project folder for my project, and inside it's an empty folder. So you guys can create this empty folder right now. So we will be doing all those file commits in this folder only. So now we have to open a text editor in this folder, because we will be doing code and all. So we need a code editor for that. So that's why we told you to download VS Code, as it is easy to use. So after VS Code is installed, you can open VS Code. There will be a desktop icon for that. So after opening VS Code, I think there will be a file and open folder option. So click the open folder option and click the folder, and it will open the folder. Open the project folder. So currently it will be like this. Sorry, just a second. Currently it will be.
Wait, did that close? I think the session closed.
No, just a second.
Yeah, try to share a retry and just.
Okay. I'll share the link again. So you have to open the folder here. So mine is an empty folder right now. Just a second while I copy the share to Gautam.
Okay, cool.
Try with this.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, till then, just tell them about how VS Code works, like control tilde and all the other things.
Okay. So I'll share my screen again. So
I think we have this thing, right?
So
okay.
This is the VS Code that's open right now. So Gautam is trying to connect, and yours might be a little different than this, and there won't be any terminal, I think. I think this is the file section. So all your files in the folder will be listed here, and you can open a terminal in this VS Code itself. So all the Git commands we will be writing inside a terminal or a command prompt if you are in Windows and all. So I think we can go to terminal and a new terminal. There's a new terminal button here. So when we click it, a new terminal will come up, and all our Git commands will be we will type it in here. There's also a tool for this, but for initially we will type it here. So because we want to learn a lot about that. So I think you have opened the.
Yeah, I am connected right now.
Okay.
I'll just check if my terminal is working.
Yeah.
Request 8. There is something wrong.
Yeah. Can you type? Yes.
Am I clear? Okay. Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Presently, so it's working. So can we go back to this thing? Presentation.
Okay.
Yeah. So in presentation, we have opened a VS Code session in the back. So let's say we have created a folder called something like cookbook. So we are going to learn Git by making a cake right now. So instead of we opened VS Code on a new folder, something called cookbook, and let's try to click Control+tilde. When you do that, it will open the integrated terminal in the bottom with PowerShell on Windows or Bash, Fish, or ZSH on macOS Linux. So you will see something like cookbook user at system : cookbook $. And in Windows, it might only show up as cookbook and then a less than sign. The most important ones are the $sign and the less than sign that you see in the term. As long as you can see a $sign and the less than sign in the integrated terminal, or any of these on the integrated terminal, you are fine. So okay, make sure that Git works by typing in the following into the terminal and click enter. Just type git space minus minus version. Git space minus minus version. We will we'll try to do it in our own this thing, our own terminal. So can we switch to this thing? Era? Yeah, Nikhil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I switched.
Okay. You switched, right? Okay. 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 Cool. Cool. So let's type git space minus minus version. So if I type that, you can see a Git version in this. So this has Git version 2.25.1. I mean, the version doesn't matter as long as you have any output coming here, something like Git version, it's fine. If you have any problems over here, please go to support and ask questions, or get in touch with any
Yeah,
of
you
the
can join in the
other
voice channel.
volunteers that we
Yeah.
have. Yeah, switch to a voice channel and send a message over there, and one of our volunteers will be ready to help you.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
I think I will. Shall I give them 5 minutes for this?
yeah, maybe we can give them 2 minutes. Something
Yeah, we can
just to
give
verify,
something
open
like
the
two
folder
minutes.
and
Okay.
verify it.
Yeah. We'll give time until 15:03 or 15:04.
Afid, can you change
Three,
the
three,
screen?
4. Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah. Change the screen till now.
Change
Yeah.
the screen
Change it
to
to
be right back.
something. Yeah. Be right back.
So, okay, guys. So we'll be right back just in 2 or 3 minutes.
We'll
Okay.
be right back as long as you don't have any Git problems.
So don't sleep and all. You might
You
be
don't
feeling
have to
sleepy
worry
after
about
the
it.
lunch. Okay.
Okay, I guess um, I'm Andara. Okay. Okay, guys, I so guys, if you have any if you don't have any problems, please acknowledge in the support section, support channel. Go to the Discord support channel and make sure you acknowledge them that your Git is working. If you don't get anything similar to Git space version space version name as was seen in the this thing, just if you still see it, just please acknowledge that you are seeing it in discuss support channel in discuss in Discord.
Uh, okay, guys. So hope you don't have any problems right now. So we'll be continuing on how to create the project and all. So I'll start sharing my screen. Yeah. So first of all, we need a file. So something we need to edit it after that. So first of all, we need to create a file. It can be any file. So Git is not any. It's not a specific language and all. So you can create any file. So I'm just create. You can create a file in VS Code by clicking this icon, Explorer icon, and then right click and then new file. So it will create a new file and ask for its name. So as we are making a cake, I'll name it as cake.txt. Sorry, cake.txt. So this will be the file name I'm choosing. So uh, when I click this file, this will be opened in the editor pane over here. So here I can edit the file. It's just like a notepad, but it's easy to manage all the files. So we will be editing this file only.
Okay,
Good.
can we come back to this thing, which one? The presentation,
Okay.
so
Okay.
that I guess we have something. Okay, yeah, okay. This is okay. Presently, we are not doing. Okay, so we've done this. We done the Git version thing, and let us create a repository in your folder. So to create a repository on your folder, make sure that your terminal is working and Git is installed. So just okay, back to the VS Code session. So when we look at this thing, like let's type in on the integrated terminal git init, git space init. So when we type this, it prepares this folder to accept any kind of snapshots of any kind of files that you put inside my project. So let's type in git init and see what happens.
Gautam, did you press hello? Hello, Gautam? Yeah, I think his connection went. We can initialize a Git repository as he was talking. So when you type Git in it, repository, a Git repository is what we call a Git project. So a Git repository will be created in this section, and when we press Git in it, it will say that initialize the Git empty Git repository in this project folder. So there will be this is now a Git repository, and there are many branches, and the default we will talk about branches later. So the default branch is master. Yeah, I think Gautam left. So the default branch is master. So
Hey,
You'll
I'm
be
here.
yeah.
I'm back. I'm back. Yes.
Yeah,
So,
I think you left the collaboration, right?
yeah, I think I did. Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. Let me just try to reconnect.
Okay, till then I'll tell this. Okay,
Okay,
so
sure.
we are in the currently in the master branch, so we have an empty file. So we need to type some contents in the file first, right? So for first making a cake, maybe first let's write a name. Then my name is Nikhil. So
We have a
okay,
text for that. Actually, it's in the
yeah,
this thing.
where is it?
Yeah, in the Git repository thing. I'll just go down. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We have created the file called cake.txt. Okay. After that, you will put something like some ingredients for this cake.txt. So for that, just copy whatever that's in the this thing. I think do they have it or
I don't think they have it.
okay? You know what? Put a name in it or put some
Yeah,
cake name or something
yeah.
like icing on a cake or something.
I think we can give it the recipe by
Yeah, we can give the link. I think right? Is it?
yeah.
Yeah, we can give the link. Okay.
Recipe by
Okay. We will.
maybe I'll tell my name. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Recipe by Nikhil Nadar. That should be
Okay.
enough.
That should be enough
That's
for
more than enough actually
yeah.
for us. So we are
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
So
so yeah, let's
so
come back to this.
yeah, I'm just typing a line. Recipe by Nikhil
Yeah,
Nathar, and
recipe by
I want
Nikhil
to
Nadar.
so and I just give the name of the cake. So for example, if I give Black Forest, so initially I thought this much is enough, so I'm just saving it as a comment. I'll add this to the staging part. So I have to add git add and the file name. So uh, 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 add the file name. So that is cake.txt. Uh, so this will be added to the staging area currently. So uh, we have saved it to the staging area currently. This file is staged right now for committing, but we haven't actually committed and checkpointed this file. So to checkpoint this file, we have to give git commit -m and a commit message. So this is an initial commit. So I am giving it a message as initial commit. So when I press enter, I can see that the master, I have committed initial commit and I have put a new file. Okay, okay, okay.
Oh, okay,
Then
I'm back. I think.
okay,
Yeah.
I think Gautam is back. Then now I have just initiated a commit. Now, if I look into the logs, I can see that Nikhil Nath has committed an initial commit, and this is the state of the file. And Gautam, I think there is a typo error. So
Yeah.
this is the exactly the type of errors we will see in Git. So maybe when we are doing a big project, we'll see some typo errors. So we can change
I'll
that
try
and commit
changing
again.
it.
Yeah,
I'll try change it.
yeah. Gautam will do that. Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Presently we are on the same thing. So same folder. So you can see that there is an error in the file. So instead of so we have a spelling mistake in recipe. So how about we change that? So so recipe.
Gautam, I think Gautam is disconnected right now. So we can.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
He's back, I guess.
Yeah, sorry for that. I'm really sorry. Okay, anyway, let's come back to this. Okay, so we have an initial commit over here where recipe. Okay, so we have made some changes on the this thing. We have a this thing, what do you call it, a cake recipe over here. So here it says recipe by Nikhil Nathar. Now I have changed it. So can you see a small blue or yeah? So can you see a small orange uh, uh, tag in the line that you see over there? That is VS Code telling you that there is a modification since the last git uh, commit that you have created before. So when you created the initial commit over there, if you look at the logs, if you can see that the initial commit is showing up as this one, initial commit. From the initial commit, we have changed this same a single line. So let us add that small change onto the recipe that we have right now. So for that, you just type git status to see if the cake is modified or not. Wait, have we done the configuration for the few people that we have right now? I don't
Yeah,
think I have some.
because this is my system and I set the configuration already. So
Okay,
some of
we'll do one thing.
yeah.
We'll do one thing. I'll like unset everything and we'll start from there.
Yeah.
Don't do all this. We'll start from everything. Okay.
This is because Git has to know my name, right?
So Git
it's a
doesn't
author.
right now. Git doesn't know that the
Yeah.
user that is using it is actually Nikhil. So what we do is when you type git commit, it won't work because there is no name to send anything. So let's say we have added git add this cake.txt, and when we try to git commit, wait, do we have some problems over here? Control. Hold on.
Hold on. Just a second.
Control. Okay. You know what? Okay. Presently, we have some name over here. So what we do is, okay. For some people, you guys have a problem. Okay, you might have an error like this. Can we go back to this thing? Uh, uh, what is it? What do we call it? The
Right.
slide. Yeah, slide. Can we go back to the slide? So here we can see that we have tried adding a file onto the git repository. So we have ingredients we have added, and this is some text that we have for a cake. Okay, so so we have created the git in it. Then what we did was we tried type git status. There are no commits. There is an untracked file called cake.txt. So nothing is added to commit and git add to track. So when you try to add the cake.txt and type status, you can see that there is a new file. Then you try to commit it. What happens is that for some of you, you might get this message. You will get a fatal error. There is no email address for you as a user. So Git wants to tell you, Git wants you to tell it who you are. Okay. So to do that, we have a few commands to tell Git who you are by your email or by your email and your name. Do know that you don't have to put your real email. Just put some email as long as it has that email format. It's fine for you. So okay, when we try to commit, git asks for your username, so it knows who is doing the commit. So to add it, just copy and paste this to your terminal with your name and email in there and click enter. Here
I will go back to that.
Afeed, can you like copy it onto this thing YouTube stream session? Both of these commands. Just change your name to something that is usable for you, and put it onto your terminal.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So we can go back to VS Code, right?
Yeah, we can go back to VS Code.
So after changing the configuration, only we can commit the.
Yeah, we can commit it.
Yeah.
Okay, we
So
will be posting the commands in Discord also. So just put your name over there so that you can you know what to do. So yeah. It would be good if you guys are like, if you guys join voice chat and like, give us some responses of how we are doing right now.
yeah.
Please do. Just join to just come into Discord and just talk to us about any problems that you have or any kind of response that you want to give us. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, sure. Okay, I think we guys are running right now very well, I think. Okay, over here, change your names from whatever that's there, from Edwin Basil to whatever that's there, to your name, and put it in the terminal. If you guys have any problem, just join our voice chat named VC on the bottom in the chill section and just talk to us. Essentially, talk to us. Yeah.
This is not an official thing or something. Yeah, so you can be free and all.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can just
No
talk to
problem.
us. Yeah, we are chill. Like we are like this is not a like a very formal event or anything. So talk to us. You guys can talk to us.
Yeah, so the reason for
Okay,
giving
some
the
of the
name and email is, I think, we have to tell Git who is writing the commits. So Git is mainly for collaboration, as we discussed. So we have to tell Git that who is committing the code, so that for in the future, people can look back at the code and tell who wrote the code. So that's why we are giving it as an essential one before committing. It is asking for that. So should we take a break, or we can continue right now?
okay, yeah, sure. We can take a 5 minutes break because there are a few people. Yeah, sure. There are a few people who will have some problems. So there is one who has a problem with Git. So yeah, guys, just spread out and join to any of the voice chat terminals and voice your opinions
Yeah,
essentially.
and also you should drink water every time. Okay, so
Yeah,
don't
don't
forget.
like chill
Yeah,
out. Just relax for a while.
yeah, you might be feeling sleepy, so walk for some time and come back. Okay, if everything is good for you. If something is wrong, just talk to us. Okay, so we'll be right back. Okay, please.
Yeah, sure.
again, don't know when I'm gonna learn my lesson. Enemy or friend, I'm so tired of always second guessing. Snake in the water, confuse it with bliss. Just give me poison, it's better than this. Here we go again, maybe I've just got a sick obsession. I'm getting too used to feeling let down. I'm getting too used to feeling used. Another heartbreak, but I'm not even surprised. Another mistake, falling for the lies. Getting too used to this. I'm getting too used to this. Stab me in the back, go ahead, at least I'm feeling something. I cannot relax, the anxiety just keeps on rushing. Too scared to die, but I'm hardly alive.
സ്ട്രീം അല്ലേ? വൺ സെക്ക് ഷെയർ. ഗൗതം ലൈവ് വെക്കണേന്ന് 1 second. അല്ല, അൺമ്യൂട്ട്. One sec. One sec. Yeah. Are we live now, Afid?
Yeah, I think we are live. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I think we can start.
Yeah.
We can get back to where we are right now. Okay. Okay, sure. Okay, fine. Okay, cool. Okay, let's get back to where we are right now. So we have changed this recipe message, and I hope you guys are all like talk to each other and like and removed your remove your mistakes from your side, and it's all working. We will be assuming that it's all working as we go on from here. Okay, we are assuming that all of your problems have been solved as of now. Else, just talk to them and then try to catch up with the help of any of the volunteers that we have right now. Okay, so presently we don't have before this you should have had some message like this one over in the presentation part. So if you didn't like when you didn't we didn't get that message, so when you would actually use it, you will actually have a message that looks like please tell me who you are and all, because there is a fatal error which tells git which means that wherein git does not have a name or an email address for you. It doesn't check for anything, so you can put anything that would be that can be passed as an email for there. You can put your email if you want, but it's not really necessary as long as you're keeping that in your laptop and keeping it locally. It doesn't matter what kind of email you use. So okay, it shows a fatal error, and there's a tip right now. If you have any kind of errors, read the errors so that you can try understanding what is going on in the program or what is going on in the tool. Usually error messages are there to inform users about what is happening. Don't try to don't try to if you don't understand it, ask for help, but most of the times it would be easy to understand and easy to read. So do that when you get some error messages as you have. So what happened when we try to commit? Git asked your name and username so that it knows who is doing the commit. You guys did this one also. So git config global username, user.name and user.email and all. Now let us try to create a so okay, we're going to do the same thing here too. So git config minus global user.name Nikhil Nath R. Git config minus global user.email Nikhil at example.com. Okay. So right now we have an email and a name for this repository globally. So you have a name right now and an email for this. So when you type git status, you will see that the cake was added before also. So when you say like when you go back to this thing, you can see that the cake has been added. So okay, let's go back to this. Okay, okay, you can see that the cake has been modified. So how about we add the cake to the repository so that it will take a snapshot of the cake file and keep it stored such as so that when you come back to it, you can get back to it. So let's commit that. Let's commit that cake part. So git commit -m, which is a message. You want to put the message as add cake recipe. So we are adding a cake recipe onto the cake.txt file. So created that. So when you run it, you see that there is a one file has been changed, which is the cake file. One insertion has been done, which is the recipe line that we are talking about, and one deletion, which was the deletion of the previous version of the line, wherein there was a spelling mistake over in recipe. Right now, because what Git does is, in order to change a line, what it does is it does a deletion and an insertion. It does an deletion followed by an insertion to change a file. So that's what Git did. Git committed where it took a snapshot of your file and found out that there was a deletion and an insertion on one line, which has been reflected in VS Code. If you try to see VS Code right now, you see that there was a bar on the first line over here. There was a bar on the first line over here, which is gone right now. That is because the Git the new changes have been committed to the Git repository as of now, only in the local instance. So you okay, the commit has been done right now. So let's type git log. So we should have 2 logs right now. Okay, you can see there are 2 logs, right? Over in, yeah, so you can see there are 2 logs. Do you see a big number or a big text after commit? I think you can see this big text after commit. So that text is called a hash. What Git does is, when we come back to the workshop, when we come back to the workshop, okay, what is this big number that you see over here? It is impossible to know about the contents. Okay, can we switch back to this thing, Git workshop thing? Yeah, okay. So what is this big number that you see over there right now? Look, the way how Git works is, it has something called a hash function. So what it does is, when you make a small change on a file, it will run it through a function wherein even a small byte change on the bit change on the file will cause a almost complete change in the hash result. It's a function that gives out a string whose result will be completely different even if one bit changes in the data. So it's a very it's a very reliable way to track if the files have been changed or not. If there is zero changes in a file, the hash will be exactly the same all the time. You put in any file that is exactly the same data wise, it will always give us the exact same hash. But if you change one bit in that hash, the one bit in that file, and if you compare the hashes for both of the files, the hashes will be completely different, because the small change that the small change that the bit changes on a hash, on a file, will cause a big reaction on the hash file. So this is how Git knows about it. If there is a difference in hash, it's always true that it's almost always true that which is around 99.999. It's a very big number. It's a there is the chance of this uh, uh, the chance of two files having the same hash is very, very, very low. So it is impossible to change the contents of any file without Git. Almost impossible to change the contents of any file. For practical purposes, it's impossible to change the contents of any file without Git knowing about it. And it is calculated based on the contents of a file directory, a file or directory structure. It doesn't store file names. It only stores the hash value. That's why Git only understands hash values, because it is designed that way for us. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so like when you put a fox into a hash function, you will get the result as some dfcd, some result. When you put red fox runs across the ice, you will get some result for that. When you change just one word from it, the hash completely changes. It's not a small change. The hash completely changes when you change the word. That's how hash works. Just one bit needs to be changed for the hash sum to completely change. So okay, so we'll create another file called carrot cake, and we will add both these files for a commit. For practical purposes, let us come back to the Git folder. Like let us come back to VS Code. So we have a recipe by Nikhil Nath right now. So let's say we have a black forest. Let's say I have added something, more called black forest cake onto this thing on our shared space. So we have black forest cake.
I think your audio is breaking.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think it's your.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, it's.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, just talk something.
Can I? Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay, I hope I'm okay now. So I think I'll get back to it. I think, okay, sure. Okay, you know what? Yeah, sure. Let us come back to the previous one, wherein we have opened the black forest cake thing. So, okay, let me just open it up. Okay, black forest cake. We have made another modification. You can see that there is a orange thing over here, orange line highlight over here. That doesn't change. Even if you go up, the line thing, the line marking doesn't change. That's to tell you that there has been a change in the repository from the file. There is a difference between the file in the repository and the file opened in VS Code right now. This is a feature in VS Code wherein you can see what all changes are there in here. So we have saved this file into the black forest cake repository. So let us try to take a snapshot of that. Along with, let us create another file called carrotcake.txt. Nikhil, can you create the carrotcake.txt file?
Yeah, so I'm creating a new file
called carrot_cake.txt. Carrot, CARROT. Carrotcake.txt. Okay, fine, cool. So we have another file called carrotcake.txt. what we will do inside this, just put your name in. We won't be putting any recipes in it. So just put your name inside it. So I'll put my name here. So okay, that's my, okay, I have put my name inside. So and I've saved it. So right now we have a new folder, new file, which is shown as a new, which we have created a new line, which is shown as a white tag over in the left side. So, and over in the cake.txt file, you can see that there is another, over in the cake.txt file, we have a orange, this thing. Nikhil, can you
Yeah.
change to the cake.txt?
Yeah.
So you can see that there is an orange tag that tells you that there has been a change in the line, and in the character.txt there is an add in the line where you saw that white tag. So what you will do is you will add both of these files onto the Git staging thing. So you are getting ready to take the snapshot. Okay, before that, can you see two numbers, two letters in the my project section for each file? I think, yeah, you can see two names, right? One M and one U. So U means the file is untracked as of now by the this thing by the Git. So the thing is that Git is actually very much connected to VS Code. So whatever that whatever results that whatever configuration that you have done in VS Code, or whatever files that you've changed in changed in Git, will also be reflected back to VS Code. It is very highly integrated. So you can see that when you hover over this thing, you can see that carrot cake has been untracked by Git. And when you go to cake.txt, you can see that it has been modified. It has been modified by the file. So modified by the editor, modified by VS Code, but that has not been reflected back to cake.txt. No, it has not been reflected back to Git. So you haven't taken the snapshot of it because from the previous snapshot, there has been a modification in cake.txt, and there has been a new file that has since been untracked by Git as of now, because before the previous commit, there has not been an existence of the carrot cake.txt file. So let us add both of these files by git add cake.txt carrot underscore cake.txt. Okay, I think, yeah. So we are adding both of these. See how it changes on the right side. Okay, click enter and see how it changes on the right side. So you can see that the modification has been accepted, because the previous one was an orange color. Now right now it has changed to a blue, a green, and carrot cake has also been added to the file. So both of the changes that we have done right now has been added to here. So if you want to see it in Git, you just type git status. So when you type git status, you can see that the cake.txt file has been modified, which has been marked by M in Visual Studio Code, and a new file has been added called carrotcake.txt, which has been shown as A, which is added onto Git, and it is shown by this VS Code. So we have both of these files. We have prepared both of these files to be taken as a snapshot. So we are taking another snapshot, adding the carrot cake and modified wherein we have added the cake and we have modified it. So when we come back to here, we have two modifications that we have done here right now. So what we'll do is, so right now we have fixed a few errors, few things in the staging session. Right now, see these are the two files which are kept in the stage. So presently you can see that Git. Presently these are the two files which has been ready to be committed, which is like ready to be taken picture of. So let us take a snapshot for this. So we are creating a snapshot which is commit. The message is okay. The message is add caret and modify cake. Okay, we have added a caret.txt, caret cake.txt, and we have added modify cake. So we have, let's just see what happens now. Okay, right now both of these files have been changed. See, there was a line marker before where there was a modification of the line. It has been it's gone now, and all the colors and all the statuses that were there before has also been changed. So presently all of these changes have been added as a new commit over there. So you can see that there is something that's written over here, master space 42318C space add caret and modify cake. You will have another number over there, don't worry about that. What we did was that we have created both of these files onto we have put both of these files into caret cake.txt. We have put both of the caret cake.txt and cake.txt onto Git, and we have taken a picture of it. So presently we have a cake.txt and caret cake.txt. So let's say we want to do two modifications onto the same file, and we want to keep both of them together, right? Yeah, okay, we want to keep both of them together. How will we do that? So for that, right now we won't be going to back to this thing. I'll just tell you how it is, okay, how it works right now. Okay, so we'll be talking. Huh?
Should I go back to the slide, brother?
Yeah, sure. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Is that the one?
I think the time is running. So
okay, you know what? You know what? We'll go quickly through the branch. Wait, are you? Do you have to go? I mean, Nikhil, do you have to go?
Okay. I think we can skip the branch part, because if you have any difficulties, you can contact us, because the time is running.
We don't have this was actually right, we didn't expect this to take so long, and because of some technical issues and like all the other things, you know what? So we will switch to Discord, and we will put all of the instructions in Discord itself.
Yeah, so maybe I can show you how to publish this into the Git repository.
Online Git repository.
Online Git repository. So now it's just a local file, right? So the major essence of contribution is we can save this file in the cloud, in GitHub, so everyone can see my code. So I'll show you how to clone this repository into GitHub. Okay. For that, I'll just open GitHub first. So I'm just going to my browser and opening GitHub. I think all of you have a GitHub account, right? So your homepage would look something like this, and you can create a new repository here. So I'm creating a new repository. Give a name for the repository. So I am giving it my repository name as okay. I'll put it as cookbook. Okay. So I'm giving it as a public one, and I'm not giving it any description currently, and I don't need any of this right now. So I'm just creating an empty repository without any files. So currently what is in GitHub is just an empty thing. So they are giving me some messages, and I think they are giving us a message to git init and to do the commit and all. So I think we have changed that. We have all done that, and we can paste this thing. So add git remote, add origin, and then a URL to a repository. So copy this line and then paste it into the terminal. I think I didn't copy it. Just a second.
Do the one on the bottom. There is another category, right, which has both of these, three of these.
Which one?
Yeah, the push an existing repository from the command.
Yeah.
Do that, okay? Do that.
Okay. I think the copy is not working. I'll just try remote.
Okay. Git remote, add origin, paste that file. HTTPS.
Yeah, HTTPS.
github.com/nikhilnadar.
Group.git, right?
Git, yeah.
Yeah, cookbook code Git. So I'm just adding it as a thing, and the next thing I have to do is branching. This is not necessary actually. So then I have to do is git push.
Actually, we have
The current branch name is default
they
master.
have switched the branch name from because
Master.
it has like slavery like things like master has like slavery like name similarities. They changed it to main.
Yeah, so currently we can push this repository to GitHub by git push,
Push
then
origin master
put hyphen u,
minus
then
u
origin
master
and the
master.
branch name, which is master currently. So yeah, it will ask for my wait just a second. It's asking for the git login. So I'll just enter my username and password. So after that, it will show some messages like this. And if it is successful, when I go to the browser and refresh, I can see both my files here. So I can see all the details here. The commit hash is here. I committed 6 minutes ago, and there are 3 commits in the repository. If I click the commits, I can see all the commits which I had done. So the this is all the information related to the repository. So any of you can visit this URL and view this repository. So you can share it with your friends and everybody. So if it's an interesting project, we can collaborate with many developers internationally. So I'll also show how to make a PR. So Hacktoberfest is all about making a PR, right? So we had to make a pull request and all. So pull request is another thing. Like there is a major project, or you are contributing to some other people's projects. So I'll show you how to do that, so that you can contribute to some others. That is the whole sense of open source, right? Open source and contributing. That is the essence of Hacktoberfest. So I have made a repository for Git workshop. I'll just set it up right now. I'll just make a README file. I'll just add a README file. You can also I'll tell you what to do. Just a second. I just added a README file, and I'll make an empty file called participants.txt right now. It's just an empty file. Create new file. This is how we commit from GitLab. Okay. Sorry, GitLab, not it's GitHub. It's just an empty file, right? So I'm assuming that this is a famous repository. So you can visit this URL. I'll copy this URL in the Discord chat. Okay. Copy this. Just a second. Me. Okay. I'll just copy this URL, and you can follow along with me if you want. Okay. I'll copy it and paste it in the Discord chat. Just a second. Yeah, I think you can see the repository link. So I don't have access to this, and you are some other person. You can't directly edit the files right here. So what you want to do is, this is FOSSCell /Git workshop Hacktoberfest. So you have to make a copy of the file in your repository. So essentially what you're doing is you're making a copy of this repository in your GitHub account. So that is what we call forking. So there is a button called fork here. So we can click the fork button. So it will most probably they won't ask you this. So just click your account name. Yeah, it will take a few seconds to copy this. So initially it was FOSSCell Git workshop. Now it is Nikhilnadar /Git workshop. Now it is my repository. Means it is a copy of that repository. So I can edit, make the changes and push the changes to this repository. So I'll show you how to clone this repository into your local file, because this does not exist in my files, my computer, right? So for that, I'll just copy the URL.
We
There's
can
a
use GitHub. Yeah, no, we can use VS Code, right? We can
What?
use VS Code, so it might be easier for them. You can use
VS.
GitHub VS Code itself so that it will be easier for them. So copy the HTTPS file. We can there is like when you create a new window, you can download it directly from Git using VS
Yeah,
Code.
yeah. How is that?
So
Fine.
Control Shift N to create a new window,
Yeah,
or
sure.
yeah,
Okay.
go create a new window, and then click where is it? Start new file, open folder. Should be, wait, hold on. Wait, okay, check the Git one. This
Which one?
one. The
Okay.
last second
Yeah,
last one.
clone a
Yeah.
repository, right?
Clone repository. Can you
Yeah.
see that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't know this feature of VS Code. So yeah, right. So we can clone a repository from VS Code itself. So click the clone a repository and paste this link. And when you push enter, they will choose for a location. I'm just pasting it in my home folder. So okay.
Open. Just click open.
Okay. So this is the repository right now. So I can see all the files right now, and the participants.txt is empty right now. So all of you, what you can do is you can fork this repository and put your name in it. So I'll just put in my name. So if you want, you can also fork this repository, then clone it, and then put your name. And then you can follow what I'm doing right now. So I'll show you how to make a pull request. So now I am in the main branch. So I have to, I'll just a second change my name. Email, so actually email.
User.email.
Right now I can see when I look at the Git status, I can see that I modified participants.txt. Like Gautam said, we can add this file. Yeah, and you can commit this file. This can be any large repository. You can change many files and add them and commit also. This is applicable to a repository of any size. So add my name. So I'm giving it a commit message as add my name. So anybody anybody can view this repository and see the commit as this. So I'm just adding this commit into the repository. Now if I look at git log, this commit has come. This is the previous commit, add readme and add participants, and this commit was done by me. And when I look at the repository, it is not showing, it won't show the participants, it's still empty. So we have to sync what we changed in our repository to GitHub. So for that, it's the simple put git push. Yeah, it's asking for me for the credentials again. So it is pushing to my repository right now, like the fork of the repository. Like it is pushing to nikhilnadar.git workshop. So my name has come here, but if I look at the previous one, like GitHub /FOSSCell /GitHub, if I look into this repository, it is still empty. It will be still empty because I have only changed what is it in my repository, not in the global one. So that's where PR comes. So I have to open a pull request. So I can open a new pull request. This is how we make our changes published to the bigger repository. So I'm pushing from Nikhilnadar Git workshop to
No. The arrow is different.
Okay. It's fine. So I'm pushing from Nikhilnadar Git workshop to FOSSCell Hacktoberfest, that repository. So I have to. Okay, everything is all right. So it's showing me the changes. It was empty and it is now my name. And if everything, you have to just look at it if everything is okay. If everything is okay, then you can make a pull request. So
you can see that there is a green tick, right? That means that there is no problems as of now.
Yeah,
These branches can be merged. We will go through branches later. This is a different branch, okay? We will be talking about branches later.
yeah. So even if there's a problem, even if there's a red mark, there's no problem, because it is showing that you edited a line which I also edited. That's not a problem that we can resolve later. That is called git conflict. That will tell in. If you have a doubt about that, just contact us, because we don't have time to explain more. So then give a suitable message for the pull request. So this is what they initially see when we make a pull request. So I'll make a pull request right now to the bigger repository. So you can see that when I go into FOSSCell and Git workshop, you can see that there's one pull request. Yeah, it's add my name, and it was opened by Nikhil Nadar 15 seconds ago. Yeah, so this is not what you do. This is what the contributors do. So means the contributors know the maintainers of the repository, so the owners of the repository. So yeah, I am a part of the FOSSCell, so I can pull this request, means pull this merge request, pull request. So what the maintainers usually do is they get a lot of pull requests, so they verify each of them, and if it is good, they'll merge it. So if it is bad, they'll reject it. So always remember to make valid changes. So there has been some problem related to Hacktoberfest that most of the people were doing some spam, just changing one lines and making pull requests. So now you can do it's not a problem, but in major repositories, don't do it, because they are using their time to review these changes. So don't do that. Okay, so now it's not probably it's our repository. So I'm merging this pull request and I confirm the merge. So now when you go into the Git workshop Hacktoberfest participants file, you can see my name on it. So you can, I think someone has already forked it. Yeah, someone has already forked it. So now you
I think they should update this thing, right?
Which one now?
So presently presently our FOSSCell repository, someone has forked the repository before we actually did the commit, or before we added the pull request, which was added as a commit. So what happened was that those people who actually forked right now, they have to go back and they have to pull the changes in the FOSSCell back to their repository before they can make any change. Unless they do that, they will always have a conflict.
No problem. If they get a conflict, just if you get a conflict, just contact us. We'll further explain that to you. Yeah. No problem. I think so. You just change it and practice this. So before making changes to original, means big open source contributions or other contributions, so you can test it in this repo, and I will be reviewing this pull request. We will be reviewing this pull request. So no problem. So I think it was an initial introduction to Git. It is not Git. Git is a powerful version control system, and we can do a lot of things with Git. And this was just an introduction into Git. So if you have any doubts and all, just contact us. And I think we can wind up, right, Gautam?
Yeah, we can wind up for now, but I don't think we'll be stopping it as of now, because there are a lot of, we have to finish branches and all, but we will finish it later. We will continue with this later, not right now.
Yeah,
maybe after when we are free. Mostly today, when we are free, we might come back to this.
Yeah. So right? So we were planning to conduct some sessions, weekly sessions, including with alumni and all. So you can hear the perspective, and also you can start contributing start a pull request in this repo if you are just a beginner, and if you are a bit advanced, you can find other open source projects and make contributions to them. And I think you have learned that Git is not a language. It's just a tool for controlling the different versions of the system. So Git is a tool for doing that. And Okay, the session is
Also, it's not like and the files, right? We are not like limited to only using Git with coding projects and all. We can use it with any kind of data where there are small changes. Because last time I showed you that there was a resume file which I actually could use to actually track the changes in the PDF file using a software such as Git. You can use Git for something like that too.
yeah,
Or if you
there,
want to, if you have like a yeah.
yeah,
So like
there are
if you
many
want to track a
repositories.
lot of people, yeah,
Yeah,
any kind of data, yeah. Go on.
yeah,
It's fine.
there was a repository relating to band names and all. So
Mhm.
it was just collecting a list of band names, so we can contribute to that also. There means Git is for anything, because if it is changing over time and we have to keep track of that changes, Git is a very good tool. And yeah, I think you have learned something. And the session is not over. I think there might be some talks with the faculty at from 9 onwards. If you're free, if you guys have not slept yet, you can join the you should join that. And anything else, Gautam?
I don't think I'll just tell these guys to like we will be posting some like instructional videos and like instructional websites and stuff where you
Yeah,
can go through it much more much more in detail. We will be coming back to this. If we have time, we will be coming back to this because this we expected it to finish a lot quicker, but we don't think that happened before
yeah,
right now, and we are short on time. So
yeah.
we
I
will see
think
if we can get more time
Yeah, I think you have learned a bit about
whenever
Hacktoberfest and
like
open source contribution, and hack. If I just give an intro, because Hacktoberfest is just a fest connected by Disclosure, where you get a T-shirt and swag for contributing to 4 pull requests. So it should be 4 good requests, right? So don't just put spam requests in famous repositories and all, because it would be a headache for them to review them all. And it is currently a problem because many people are saying that they'll get a free T-shirt. So don't do that. Don't go and put spammy pull request. If you know something, there will be issues in the repository. Look at the issues and complete those issues and put a pull request. So that's Hacktoberfest. And as a part of means FOSSCell and CCA, we are conducting Hacktoberfest NITC. So we have your GitHub usernames, right? So if you haven't given this your GitHub usernames, please DM to us. So uh, we will look through the pull requests. So if you have you have the whole of this month or the whole of this October, not just today. You have the whole of this October to make a full pull request for Hacktoberfest official thing. And for the Hacktoberfest NATC, you can make any pull request, and we will select the best pull request and give you prices. Initially it was thought of about 1.5k. So if it is good request, we'll give amount greater than that. So you have the whole month to learn a language. No problem, you can learn from scratch. You can learn a language and search for repositories and contribute to them. So currently we haven't shown any code and all, because but if you want, you can learn a language. There's a whole month for that. So you can learn a language and contribute to open source. And uh, there's a
yeah. And
happiness in the fact that your code is being used by a lot of people, right? So
yeah, it is. And
that's
also the thing is when you use it, it's like you're showing off your things to so many people. So like there are people who are not alive right now whose code are still running on the present systems, and that is happening only because of open source software. And they are there, but they're like not alive right now. But there are a few people who are not alive whose codes are still running on their phones and like changing the world as of now. And like you can show off your own code. That's the thing. You can show off your skills, you can show off your codes, you can contribute to big projects, that's the essence of what this is. It's not it's not weird or anything. It's just that you just want to do everything for
yeah.
like okay, yeah,
Like,
you want to okay, anyway, like essentially this is a way, this is a okay,
uh, uh,
anyway,
Gautam.
Anyway, we're stopping right now. So I guess
Oh,
we'll be
okay.
yeah.
So, you can look to GitHub and search for good repositories. Maybe I'll just give an intro about how to give search. So you can search here for some good repositories. There's a good repository, Mattermost, I think. So you can search for the repository. Oh, just a second. In all of GitHub, if I search for Mattermost, uh, there will be issues in the repository. So you can go through these issues and it will be marked as Hacktoberfest and difficulty easy. So I think this is for JavaScript Mattermost. If you know JavaScript, go to this repository. There is a lot of simple things, so issues here. So read on these issues, and if you can contribute, please contribute to it. And you can make a pull request. And if you complete 4 requests, you will get a t-shirt and maybe some prize money from us. So I think
Yeah, one more thing. Just join our voice chat so that if you have any problems or if you want to talk to us, just come to voice chats and like chill out.
yeah, I didn't share my screen. So this is the repository actually. So this is the Mattermost repository. It's for JavaScript. I do JavaScript mostly, so I know this. So this is tagged like easy, difficult, and there's a tag for Hacktoberfest. So especially contribute to means labels with Hacktoberfest. So go to these repos, find the issues, read many issues. So read many issues, clone this repository, and go through the code. It might be big code. So Mattermost is a big software. So it's like a chat system. So go through this code and understand it, and maybe make changes to this code and make a pull request. It will be a very good thing for the community and all. So you can also learn that. So there's all of this month, and you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So we are leaving, and we'll be back by 9, I think. Right? We have a session at 9.
Yeah. We have a session at 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will be there in the Discord server. Just talk to us if you want to talk, actually.
Yeah, so at 9 p.m., I think there will be faculties from our college who would like to talk to you. It won't be any formal session, it will be informal session. It's in the night, right? So you can come and they'll give some messages because they're very experienced, and also they're more experienced than us, and they know a lot about coding and all. So it would be very helpful for you. Yes. Yeah.
Come at
So,
night, yeah.
So guys,
Okay,
we'll see you at night. So grab your snacks and come at night. Okay, guys. See you.
Okay then. See you then. Bye-bye.